Okay, we're going to go on and get started. This is Dr. Wanda Davis coming back to you. Project Lead the Way, Computer Science Principles with Activity 1.1.2, Planning a Picture. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this word for word, but just want to go through it so you can understand the concepts and some of the issues that you may run into as you work through some of the programming. So the goals for this lesson is to use variables, inputs, and outputs in a program, create arcs and polygons and use fill color, analyze and explain the difference between class and object, identify which code commands are object properties and methods. So interactive algorithms. We noticed in the previous lesson we worked on the turtle program. We learned how to draw lines. We learned how to change the line colors. We learned how to increase the size of the turtle. In this lesson here, there are definitions here, vocabulary, and we have input, code statement, output. If you want to review it, all you have to do is click on that. It brings up the definition. But as you see, algorithms can be designed to accept information known as input. When you implement or execute an algorithm, you can provide input to it. So like when you type something into the computer. For example, an algorithm for making a sandwich can include a series of input statements. In other words, it can include a series of steps to make that sandwich. Step 1, you may go to the store and buy the bread. Step 2, you come home and you wash your hands. Step 3, you put 2 pieces of bread on a plate. Step 4, you may get the mayo. Step 5, you get the knife to spread the mayo, and so on. So that's how it's done. So those are called code statements. And then you can also include, do you eat your sandwich whole, or do you cut your sandwich in half, and then you eat it by the half. Okay, so those are code statements. Also, a code statement, you can click on it. It's a part of a program code that expresses an action to be carried out. And all of those steps are named they express an action to be carried out. You can watch this video here. This is a 15-second video. I'm going to go on and play it. So that is that video. There is no sound. It just gives you pop-up statements explaining what's going on in the video. So you saw input, then you saw processing, and you saw output. Similarly, a program can be written to accept input from the user during runtime. What is runtime? It's the duration of time a program is executing from start to finish. So the program input is processed and produces an output. Again, what's input? Data sent to a computer for processing by a computer. Input can come in a variety of forms, such as tactile, audio, visual, or text. And then we have another 10-second video regarding input, processing, output within a program. Go watch it. Okay, so generated a document from the computer and then it presented an output. So think about some program, apps, and websites you have used. What are some ways that a user can provide input to a program? So you can think about those things. You know, we can use a computer, we can type. That's providing input. Again, if you want something printed, that's output, or just something that pops up on the screen, that's output. Another thing, you can also click on this. It says through the use of any input devices such as keystrokes from a keyboard, mouse clicks from a mouse, screen taps from a touch screen, and so on. Those are input. What are some ways that a program can deliver output to a user? Printed paper, results on the screen. Again, you can check your responses, displaying text or visuals on the screen, sending text or visuals to a printer, playing sound on a speaker or the other device, and so on. So input and output in Python. So far, you have created programs in Python that do not accept any user input and only produce one type of output. Drawings on the screen. In this section, you will learn to use textual input and output to enhance your drawings with Python Turtle. I've been kind of playing with this, so I'm just going to run it. It says review the code in the code editor below. Can you guess what it does? I'm going to actually just, so this is saying, so everything that's in red is going to print. Hello Wanda, hello John, hello Renee, hello Brittany. Today is Friday and I look forward to the weekend. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this because I typed some extra things in here. And I'm going to go on and reset. To reset any of the work that's in Trinket, and this is a Trinket editor, it asks you, are you sure you want to reset? And you say yes. So it shows you, it says, can you guess what it does? Yes. It's going to print hello there on the output side. This is your input side, and then in between that, it processes it in the server and then your output side. So if I click on the view results, it says hello there. And then from here, you can just type other things. Just know that the print function causes something to be printed out on the output side, on your right side. So here, when you type print, then let me do it again. So once I type print and hit the space and then hit my open parentheses and then my quotes, it adds the double quote, okay? And then it adds the in parentheses. So where it's flashing, where it's blinking at right here, where it's blinking, that's where you add in the information that's going to be printed out on the right side. So I'm going to say print okay, and you can just check your results as you go along. It says hello there, so it printed this one as output, and it says today is such a beautiful day, Wanda. Okay, so now we're going to do another one. Print hello Bob. Print let me do this because I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get an error. I'm gonna get an error because I used a capital P. So I think you should also know it tells you here name, error, name, print. That means that print is not part of the Python module that they are allowing us to use. So it should be a lowercase p. Okay, so I'm just letting you know that it's good to make those errors so that you can, you know, correct them and just, now there it goes right there. So make sure that your P in print is lowercase. Print. Like that. Okay, so this is what you call input when you type on the left side, and this is your output in Python on the right side. So you run the program, you check your responses. What did you observe? You observe that it printed out on the right side. You can click here, it says the text says hello. Okay. The window that displays the text is called a Python terminal. And this here is called a Python terminal. We're using the Trinket, and you can also access Trinket outside of here. It's just trinket.io. So if you type in trinket.io, you can access the Trinket terminal outside. So we're going to go on to number 3. It says output something a bit more interesting. This time we're going to output something a bit more interesting, and we're going to run the program. And I actually did play with this. This time we're working with the username, okay? And it's a variable. One thing that I noticed about Project Lead the Way, and I mean, it's good that they did it that way, but if I were to do it, I would indicate this information above this before they jump into this. I would explain it first so they could see it below. but it explains afterwards. So it's saying here, so I'm going to run this, and my output is saying, hello student, welcome to my program. Hello brother, I miss seeing you. I like my computer science class. So what happened is that this here, the equal sign in the first line, the equal sign here in the first line of code is called the assignment operator. To the left of it is a variable username. So this is the username, and this is the assignment operator. Okay, so a variable is a place inside a program that can hold a value, and this is your value, okay, student. Each variable has associated data storage that represents one value at a time. To the right of the assignment operator is an expression. So a variable is an abstraction inside the program that can hold a value. And you can read through the rest of that. An expression is a combination of variables, operators, or procedures calls that are evaluated and returns a single value, okay, which is going to return the word student. So in this case, student is the expression, okay? With this statement, the value of student is assigned to the variable username. Note that the equal sign does not imply a mathematical equivalence. So you can change this however you like. I'm going to reset this so that you can see what it looked like. I'm going to reset it. It says, are you sure you want to reset it? And this is how it looks initially. It says the username equals student. Print hello. So everything in red is going to print out. Remember that. That's in the parentheses, but it's going to go up and grab the word student because this here is a variable and the student is an expression. So if I print that, it says hello, hello student, welcome to my program. Let's add on to that. We could say user underscore name equals, remember your parentheses, this time let's say state. No, let's say mother. And then we're going to hit enter and we're going to say print hello. You have to put that comma behind it, and you're going to say username. Do not say mother. You're going to say username because this is the variable. And then it's another double quote, and you say hello, mother. Okay, let's run it. And it says, hello, mother. I really appreciate the dinner you cooked. Remember, it goes up and it grabs that expression that's stored in the variable, okay? So just wanted to share that with you. That's how you do that. You can write tons of program using the variables and the expression statements, all right? Moving on down. So now it might be more interesting to know the user's name. I'm going to run this because, again, I've been playing with this. And it says, what is your name? Wanda. Hit enter. What is the name of your school? Carnahan. What is the name of your school? Lindenwood. What time is it? 2. So we're just, doing, providing input, and then it just disconnects. It disconnects because that's the end of the program, okay? So here I'm going to go on, reset this so that you can see how it is initially. The username equals input. What is your name? Okay? Print hello username. Welcome to my program. So after you respond to it stating your name, it's going to print your name here for the username. So let's break it down some more. The expression to the right of the assignment operator is an input statement. The expression is evaluated and the result is assigned to the variable. Run the program a few times providing a few different answers. And I know by saying it's an input statement, it can be a little confusing, but they're going to explain it further down. So let's put some more code in here. Equals input, where are you going on vacation? Okay, you do that like that, and then you're gonna tell them where you're going. So you have to say print, and then open parentheses. You can say I am going to, and then in this case, you can just say user underscore name, and then you say in Georgia, like that. Okay, so here's the result of that. It says username input, what is your name? My name is Wanda. And then it says, hello Wanda, welcome to my program. And it says, where are you going on vacation? And so something I didn't do right, because it should have said also, oh, I need to say Georgia, I need to say Atlanta. You have to respond to this, right? So when you say Atlanta, it is say, I am going to Atlanta in Georgia. So that's how that works. So you get the gist of that. And again, you can just continue to add multiple lines to this as often as you want, multiple lines of code. Okay, it says here, work with an able partner. You can actually work by yourself, but it's good to work with someone. It says document your work. What does an input statement do? What is a username and what is it used for? It's a variable. What does a print statement do? It prints out. The username is a variable and it stores a value that's a result of an expression statement. And you can answer those questions later. Let's get down to number 7, numeric input. Now you will look at a case where a numeric value needs to be entered by the user. Read the code provided in the program. So here is the code. When I highlight this, I'm copying and pasting this because I'm going to reset this. So, but first, before I do that, let me just show you how this responds. So what I did, it says import the date time module to get the current date year. Then it says ask user for their name. So anytime you see a hashtag, that is your, those are comments. Those are comments. Okay. So as you can see, I'm going to, it asks, this is what it's doing. It says, what's your name? And it says, hello, Denise. Welcome to my program. So first it printed out what is your name? It responded to line 5 on the left side. And then it said, it wrote out line 6. Hello, Denise. Welcome to my program. And then it's asking, how old are you from line 9? And you type that in. If you say 15, even if you say 30, it should guess the year, current year and date that you're born in. And it says, oh, were you born in 1991? So it becomes more interactive. So now I'm going to reset this so that you can see the original of it. Was that the original? I guess it was. Reset, yes. So that was the original. So now it's interactive, but what it's telling you is that you can change this to like, what is your career? You can do that. And then you can say, I work at, no, you can say, where do you work? Okay, you can do like this. Where do you work? work. So sometimes when you read this, the print statement, you kind of know how to form, you learn how to form the input statement. So it says, I work at, and then I'm going to say located in, just say Texas, like that. And then here you can change this question. So this question here asks user for their age. So this question I'm going to say, how old is your car? And then, so it's supposed to guess the year and date of the car. And then instead of saying birth year, maybe we can say car year and current year car, like this. You see how that kind of changes? And then it is print your car year. So let's see if this works. Again, we're playing with it, and at the same time, I'm showing you how to modify some of this statement. So let's see what happens. It says, where do you work? Let's say IBM. It says, I work at IBM located in Texas. How old? So this should say, how old is your car? Let's redo this because I believe in, where do you work? IBM. Then it says, I work at IBM located in Texas. How old is your car? I would say 5 years, for 5 years. And it would say, so it gave me an error. It said on line 15, car underscore year, current year, dash, going to name a car is not defined. So car is not defined, meaning that car is not, I could say, at the year using the date, time, object, prepare and display output, car, year, car age. Could we say car age? And if I get this wrong, at least, let's see. And it's still saying something about line 15. Let me do this. I'll put this in here because I'm going to say, I'm going to put this back in here instead. I'm going to put that back in there. Let me take this out. Now I'm going to run it and see what it does. And then get a better understanding. IBM. 2 years old. Still giving me an error. So somewhere, the int and string, birth year, current year. Let's take this out. I'll figure it out later. I'm not going to figure it out in here. 2 years old. The car is, how old is your car? 2. It says get the current year using the date object that relates to this. So this is how it initially was. Let's reset this. Yes. It guesses the year you're born. So if we say hello, what is your name? Welcome to, how old are you? And if it guesses the year you were born, let's say year 12. So it's something I missed. Answer for the int. Birth year equals current year. Current year. Date and time down. Now it's presenting an error. Let me see. Let's go back here. Oop. We're not going to waste a lot of time. I have to come back to this one here. Okay. What is your name? How old are you? And before, as you saw, it did indicate the year. So something let's see, type here, unsupported operand type for an instrument 915 birth underscore year equals current year dash age. Current year dash age. Well, I'm gonna come back to that one. But anyway, it says carefully read the comments and the code they are describing. The program estimates the birth year of the user based on age. What type of data will the variables age, comma, current year, and birth year store? All three variable values, they numeric values. They store your numeric values, and that is why we are using input up here, because it's starting to store numeric values. But I'm kind of one that when something doesn't work, I kind of birth year equals current year dash age. Print. Were you born in? I'll figure that error out. Now I'll make another video, and I'm going to keep this error here because it's something here on line 15. And sometimes you can do a control C and you can go here and you can say Python error like this. Go there. Something I'm missing, but I don't want to let this video go on too long. So it says, run the program in the editor. What do you observe? Students, you all should be responding to this. You need to respond to all of that. Modify the input statement as shown below to convert the value the users enter into data. So modify the input statement as shown below to convert the value the users enters into an integer. Okay. Data type. Note the changes are in red. So now we're going to change the input statement into an integer. Okay. So if I go up here and where it says, how old are you? If I change this to an integer and run it, and I say, now it says, were you born in 2008? So the reason I kept getting that error was because I did not change this to an int. So it's asking how old I am. So it's asking for a numeric value. And in order to output a numeric value, there has to be a Python code in front of the input statement as an int. Okay, so that explains why I was getting that error. Yeah, we got that taken care of. Okay. And this is what we put in. So it says run the program. Do you still get the error? No, we don't. So I didn't read far enough. We did get, now I know we were supposed to get that error. It says using input with Python turtle. So now you can use the input and print statements in any Python program, including the turtle programs. So on number 12, I'm going to run this program. I kind of played with it, and we did a radius. It's asking questions. Make a circle, enter a color such as green. So if I put blue, enter a radius for the circle. I'm going to say 20. Now it's drawing the circle. Okay. Now if I enter another color and I say green, it says enter a radius for a circle, and I'm going to say 40. I'm going to say 40 and hit enter. The circle gets bigger. It's asking for another color. I'm going to say orange. And it says enter a radius for the circle. I'm going to say 60. So it just goes on and on and on. Okay, then it stops. And it stops because it only asks this 3 times. Okay, 3 times for me to do this. Okay, I can add another circle to this and can go on from there. So the first circle was the color input. Enter the color of the circle. First you wanted to print the circle. No, enter the color of the circle and then the radius, and then it will paint that color and paint that radius, making a circle. So that's how that works, okay? If I was to reset this and we reset it to this, I'll say yes, this is actually how it comes out. So it has it here. It says use the comments to help guide your work. So we're going to print a circle. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to be making a circle. It says ask user for a color such as red, green, blue, and pink. So let me go back. Kind of cheating. Let me put my code back in here. So we're going to ask the user for a color, red or pink. So it should be color equals input. And so this is how it should be. You should type color equals then input, open parentheses, and what are those colors? Let's say green, blue, comma, purple, red. So you can enter all these colors, orange, pink, yellow. Okay, so that's the color. All right, so now it says here, here it's saying ask user for the radius of a circle. So here we want to type, and I cannot remember all these, radius equals input. So now we're dealing with the number, right? Because we got to type in a number, so you have to say radius equals input. See, I don't remember this part, but that's okay. Enter a radius for the circle. So you have to say, enter a radius for the circle. And all of this will start coming to you by memory as you do this. Trust me, this will start coming to you. And then that should have a colon. Okay, that should have a colon. You gotta be careful about your and then here you're going to be draw a circle with the radius and line color entered by user. So here it's saying draw a circle with the radius, and so you're going to say painter dot color. Okay, and then you're going to say painter dot radius, because it wants you to draw it, right? And let me make sure I got it right. I had played with this painter dot circle radius. This should be radius, D-I-U-S, and then this should be circle, like that. All right. Now it's saying get the screen object and make it persist. So this here is kind of like the end of it. And this is just where I just multiplied. I kept multiplying the number. But this is the code right here. Then printing a circle. Yeah. Like that. Okay? So let's play with it. See what we got. So it says we're going to be making a circle, right? So you're going to print making a circle. Then it says green, blue, purple, red. Enter, such as color input, enter a color such as. Oh, this should say enter a color such as, and this should say enter like that. So let's go. It says making a circle, enter a color such as green, blue, purple, red, or pink. We're going to say orange. Enter a radius, 20. It didn't draw orange. So why didn't it draw the color orange? That's interesting. Input, enter a color such as red, green, blue, pink, orange. Such as red, green. Oh, blue. Because here is saying this line 10 has to have the same colors as line 9. So I have green, I have blue, this should say pink. Then I have purple. You see how that works? But up here, I also need to have what? Red, orange, and I don't need 2 pinks, and yellow, right? Now let's fix this code. Now let's run it again. We're going to say enter a radius. Alright, and wants to act goofy with me. Color equals input, enter a color, such as, and I did that. Oh yeah. Let's take this out. Let's take this out. Let's take all that out. Let's play with it again. Making a circle. Let's say yellow. So it's drawing it, but it's not drawing the color. Okay. So this user enter a color such as green. Enter a color green, blue. Okay. Let's go back here and go. So as you can see, it's making the circle. Let's see, red 30. It's just not drawing the color, so it's something that does it have to be in this order? I don't know, because it's not drawing the red one, and I know now my video is going long. Red, green, blue, pink, purple, red, orange. This is weird. Red. Still not drawing it. And it's going to ask me again. Yellow. 60. I was making that color earlier. Let me just reset this. Yes. Ask the user for a color such as red, green, blue, pink, or purple. So if I go input equals color. Enter a color. Okay, so we're going to go on and correct some things. So what we're going to do is go on and we enter the color. Okay, and then we rewrote the code here. Radius equals input because we're calling for a number. Okay, and then we're going to paint it. So if you go here, and it says enter a color. So we're going to say pink. What is the radius? 30, and it draws a pink radius. It says so now it's blinking because you can really continue this. Okay, you could really continue this after this. Hit enter, and then it says pound ask user for color such as red, green, blue, pink, purple. And remember, this is a comment because it starts with the hashtag. Go like here, and then you say color equals input, enter a color. Oh, I saw my error. Such as red, green, blue, pink, purple. In that one, yeah, like that. Then this here, painter.pen color. Get the object persistent. Now, let's go here again. So draw it again. Enter a color. Make a circle. So we're making a circle. Enter a color. Green. Oops. Enter a radius. And it draws it. Enter a color again is red. Enter a radius 60. So it didn't give me, oh, because I didn't enter. Enter a color, enter paint, radius, enter this. Enter color. I should have entered the radius. Right here. Now let's do this. It's going to work now. Enter a color. Enter a radius. Enter a color. Enter a radius There you go. There you go. So I know this took a minute. That's how you do that. Okay. And then so on. Compare your code to your elbow partners. More on the turtle, the circle method. As you know, the circle R method draws a circle with a radius of R, but this method can be much more than that. We can make arcs. We can make polygons. So the first parameter R specifies the radius. The second parameter E specifies the extent or arc, angle of an arc. Okay, and then the third parameter S specifies the number of segment steps. So we're gonna practice drawing a few arcs and polygons in this code editor. Add code to create arcs with extents such as 135 to 70. So I've been playing with it. I'm going to show you what the original, I'm going to show you what this looks like first. I'm going to run it. So it's just drawing some arcs, okay? And the original code looked like this. So it looked just like that. And so you can go in here and you can change these angles. We're going to be using the turtle again. That's the little arrow. Our pen size is 5. Okay. We're going to be moving the turtle. We're going to paint it. We're going to pick the pen up. We're going to go to 0 and a negative 20 on the X and Y axis. We're going to put the pen down. And then we're going to draw a circle of 100 to 80, and that's this one, the one on the right side. So that's this curvy circle right there. And then we're going to pick the pen up. We're going to go to 0, positive 20. We're going to put the pen down. And we're going to draw a 3-step semicircle. And it has 100, 180, and 3. So you can see it here. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to add to this, because now I want to hashtag move turtle without marking a line. So we're telling you that's what's going to happen. We're going to painter in up, painter dot go to. Let's take it to 30. And so the first number you put is on the x-axis, and then let's say 30. And then the second number is relevant to the y-axis. Then we're going to say hashtag draw let's try to draw a triangle. We're going to try, okay? Try to draw a triangle. Painter dot. Now let's do a circle again. Let's do a full circle. Draw a circle. Painter dot circle, and should it be 190? I don't know. Let's try it. Because a circle is, so it went off the screen because, and then it came back. Semicircle. Oh, okay. Let's draw a semicircle. If I say semicircle, and they started with 100, which is the x-axis, comma, 180, let's say 160, comma, and then let's say 130, comma, and 120. I'm guessing. So you can guess and play with this to see what you come up with. Of course, you can look on the internet and find all this. And it presented me with an error. I like troubleshooting. I don't worry about the errors because we can find that later, but right now, I wonder why we couldn't. So I could have just said circle and then said circle. Take these two numbers out because it's causing it to, let's see what it does. Oh, I did not put my pen down. Maybe that's why. We're checking and see. Yep, that's what it was. So you have to put the pen down. So these are not perfect drawings. I'm just showing you how to do certain things, how you can start to create things on your canvas, right? So that's 15. It says drag the correct. So we can draw this, but you know, you really have to think about, kind of, you can do this because if this one this is a three-step semicircle, draw, and then if we flip it, I'm gonna flip this and see. Because I don't know, if we make these negatives, I'm only guessing again. How to draw an octagon. And of course, you can always go on the internet and it'll give you measurements for that. I don't want to do that because I like to really work my way through this. It says use the code editor below and follow the instructions provided in the comments. Use the pin up and pin down method so that each turtle image is separate and disconnected from the other. It says add code here for a circle. So now they're leaving the code out because they are hoping you can remember. So it should be painter dot circle, open and close radius, like that. I think that's kind of it. Painter dot circle dot radius. And if you get confused, you know what, go back up because you're going to it takes time to remember all of this code. Painter dot circle radius. Yes. Painter dot circle radius. Okay, it says add color here, add code here for a circle. Then it says move the turtle to another part of the screen. And here's where you have to do your pen, painter dot pen up, like that. Then you have to say painter dot go to, and remember you have to start remembering the code -20, or you could say -30. Okay, and then you have to put the pen down, right? Painter dot pen down. Okay, and then it says add code here for an arc. An arc. So painter dot arc. I'm guessing painter dot arc. Painter dot arc. Let's go up here and so it said draw a circle, but it didn't give us code for an arc. And that's okay. So arc. We're gonna get it. Painter dot arc. It says move the turtle to another part of the screen. And here all you gotta do is copy and paste this and then just put different dimensions in here. I'm going to say 40. And then it says add code for an arc that is greater than 90 degrees. Move the turtle to another part of the screen. So we know that this could be negative 40. To create a polygon of your choice. Add code here for an arc that is greater than 90 degrees. Add code here. So for this arc, I'm going to put something in here because we want to draw an arc. And then it says add code here for an arc that is greater than 90 degrees. Add code here that is greater than 90 degrees. Painter arc. Maybe because an arc has 3 sides. Guessing. So maybe this could be. We're going to try this and see. So let's run this. Okay, let's run this code now. So we've got the code in here for the arc, for the circle. Let's run it. There it is. That's that code. So let's run it again. Painter.circle. The first thing it drew was a circle. And the second thing that it drew was an arc, which is right here. So the arc is like right there. And then the third thing, it picked up the pen and then it went over and it drew an arc with 3 sides, which is here. And then it picked up the pen and it drew a polygon. There you go. So now we're moving on down. Compare your results. Okay, more colors, more methods. Dot fill color. Dot begin underscore fill. And dot end fill. So these are more colors. It says use the code editor below and follow the instructions provided. So the dot fill color, and you know you have to put painter in front of it. It specifies the name of the color to fill the inside of a shape. C is a string value such as red, blue, etc. It can also reference a variable. Okay, dot begin fill specifies the start of a shape that will use the fill color. The fill color must be set prior to the begin. Okay, dot end underscore fill specifies the end shape. So if I was to run this, right now there's nothing because it says use the code editor below and follow the instructions provided in the comments. Okay, so it wants us to set the pen and fill colors, then draw a circle. So now they're saying drawer dot pen color magenta. So drawer is the same as painter. Then it said draw fill color because it's saying set the fill colors and then draw a circle. Drawer begin to fill. Drawer dot circle. Drawer dot end underscore fill. Again, you're not gonna know to put this, so you have to learn it. And once you learn that this is the meaning of what it's going to do, this will start registering in the brain. Then it says, move the turtle to another part of the screen, and this shows how you're going to pick the pen up, go to the part of the screen and put it down. Then it says, change both the pen and fill colors, then draw a polygon of your choice. And this is changing the pen colors from magenta, turquoise to cyan and violet, and I've done that. We're going to fill it. Okay, so now we're doing a polygon, okay? So now, and then this is the end of the loop. And this keeps it from going off of the screen. So let's go on and run it. So notice how it drew it and then it filled it. Okay? Drew that and it filled it. This here is a bit about objects, object-oriented programming. You can watch that video yourself. And then we have this here. There's another video you can watch. And then it has It's Your Turn. And this allows you to kind of play with the code. Drawing should match your sketch. The code should ask the user. It says add your code here and add comments. So you go and draw something yourself just from practicing. And you go back up here and pull some of this code and look at it. All right? Go back up there and pull it and play with it and do some searching on the internet. All right? So this completes activity 1.1.2, planning a picture. This is Dr. Wanda Davis. Hope to see you in the next video.